Good morning everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back with another weekly recap, and we have a lot to talk about this week, from the record-breaking level 3 firecape that happened this week, to the Twisted League finally coming to an end. A lot has happened in old school RuneScape this week. We received a new content update today, which included the new Twisted League shop, so that is now live, as well as a few quality of life changes. And as always, I'll be going over any community news, the weekly Q&A, and anything else related to the old school RuneScape community this week. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's go over today's game update. Now first and foremost, this update marks the end of the Twisted Leagues, so that is done. You can no longer earn any more league points. The game is finally over. However, with that, the Twisted League reward shop is now live, so there are a ton of league rewards flooding into the game right now. Now first of all, let's look at the league reward shop. A pretty basic interface here, with rewards ranging from 750 all the way up to 10,000. After 2 months, the Twisted League has come to an end. It's been amazing to watch all of you run, no offense Walker Gang, around Kurend and Kebos, earning league points and in general, having a great time. The average total level of players in the league was 1,033. There was around 1.1 million Slayer tasks completed, 23 Twisted Bows were dropped, about 25,000 Chambers of xzact were completed, 2.7 million farming contracts, over 3 million clue scrolls were solved, and the most completed task was the level 20 thieving task with 105,000 people completing it. But most importantly, this is how the league standings finished off at. To be in bronze tier, you needed simply 10 league points. To be in iron tier, you needed 80 league points. To be in steel tier, you needed 510 league points. To be in mithril, you needed 1.7 thousand league points. To be in adamant, you needed 5.2 thousand. Rune required 10.8 thousand, and to be in Dragon tier, you needed 20.8 thousand points. Now, if you've not logged into the league since they made an update that automatically claimed your league points, you're actually going to be teleported to a black void upon logging in. But don't panic, this temporary state will only last until the system has recovered your unclaimed league points and calculated your final point total. And you'll be logged out once the points are claimed. If you are a member, you can use the member Twisted League world. If you are not a member, you can use the free-to-play Twisted League world, which I guess was just set up. However, if you don't have any league points, you'll no longer be able to log into a Twisted League world. Now with the close of the Twisted League, the reward shop is open for business. You can access the shop by talking to the league tutor, who is hanging around the Kurend castle. Once again, the Twisted League banner is 750 league points, the home teleport animation is 750, the league outfits range from 1,000 to 10,000, the POH wall kit is 4,000, and the Slayer helm recolor is 6,000. Now for the Twisted League outfit, as well as the Twisted Cane, they can all be stored in your POH. Trophies as well as the POH wall kit are both reclaimable. The Twisted Helmet will work like any other Slayer helmet recolor. If you die in non-PvP encounters, then you'd keep the helm as you would other helms. If you die in a PvP encounter, then you'll lose the helm, and the PKer would get a black mask as with other helms. So not only is there a limited supply, you can also lose it. They'd also like to thank everyone who played through Twisted League and gave us feedback. We've taken it on board as we explore ideas for future leagues. We'll share the news of upcoming leagues when we're able to. Okay, so now moving on to the actual game update today. Once again, another quality of life change. This is again from poll 69. Now first up here, there has been a change to the Portal Nexus. They've now added the Arceus teleports as well as the Weiss teleports, and they've been added to the Portal Nexus as well as the Portal Room and the POH. You can now teleport to Weiss. There's a Lumbridge teleport, a Draenor Manor teleport, the Battlefront teleport, Mind Altar, Salve Graveyard, Frankenstein's Castle, West Ardoon, Harmony Island, Cemetery, Barrows. That is actually so good. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. That's actually a bit of a buff to Barrows, because normally you'd have to pay 3,000 or 4,000 per run. I mean, not a huge buff, it's still very convenient. I will definitely be putting that in my POH. Okay, next up here, players can now get the glowing dagger and blurite swords after finishing the Legends quest and the Knight sword, so you no longer have to do a drop trick to get the blurite sword. In order to obtain a new blurite sword post-quest, players must give Thurgo a blurite ore and 2 iron bars. To get the glowing dagger, you need to speak to Radimus. Additionally, the stepping stones in the Legends quest will no longer prompt the player about crossing it if they have finished the quest. Okay, great. Now Bruma torches can be used to light braziers and smoke traps. A few other minor bug fixes and changes here. Now for some reason, the granite cannonball in the last update got changed, so it looks almost identical to a regular cannonball. Well, that got fixed. The imbued heart and a mint cake can now be used while the bank is open. That's pretty useful. Zamrak brews can now be consumed while the bank is open without the damage prompting your bank to close. And the biggest update of all is you can now shoot the Varrock stray dog instead of petting it. You monster. Well, that is it for today's game update. Okay, so now moving on to community news. One thing I forgot to do last week is actually go over the Runelite update. We are still getting a fair number of updates from Runelite, which is awesome. The most recent update was 1.6.2. The menu entry swapper now supports eating, drinking, and equipping with the bank open by shift clicking. This is of course taking advantage of the new quality of life change that came to the game last week, and last week's Runelite update was 1.6.1. The high score plugin now supports boss high scores and it shows a panel beneath the minigame high score, and the camera plugin now has an option to add look south, look east, and look west on the compass. Okay, just today someone actually posted that there is a teaser for the Nightmare of Ashihama in the game. With today's update, sleepwalkers have begun to appear in Slep, walking towards the Slep catacomb entrance. That is really cool. I like little teasers like that. I think it really adds to the hype and the excitement. It's really just those little things that make this game awesome. Okay, now pretty much everyone has heard about it now, but the level 3 fire cape was finally achieved, and I gotta say hats off to both of them, not only for actually achieving the fire cape, which is insane, but also just for the way it was done. They tweeted out at the exact same time that they both had it, taking away the significance from who got it first and just celebrating that they both ended up getting it. I think it was a really awesome way to do it. I am pretty excited for the video, and now I guess it's on to the Inferno? I don't know. Okay, so the tinted hit splat update, which was pulled 3 years ago now or something, is finally going to be completed in the next couple of months. Modash said that he has finally finished the tinted hit splat toggle job. It took rewriting 300 custom damage dealing situations, some simple, others not, maybe just a few weeks before it passes testing for an official launch. And last up here, there's actually a news article posted on the Reddit stating that xzact is actually on track for its most successful year, even after the RuneScape franchise achieved an all-time membership high in 2019. The RuneScape franchise achieved its highest ever player membership peak in 2019, with RuneScape and Old School RuneScape attracting more than 1.1 million paying subscribers. Now that is somewhat surprising to me because 2019 had a huge influx of players due to mobile. But you know what, that is really just good news. The more successful the game is, the more players we have, the more content that can be released, and the longer the lifespan of everything is going to be. So it's just good news, but still a bit surprising to me. And that is pretty much it for community news this week. Okay, and last up here, I just wanted to go over the weekly Q&A just to do a quick recap. Okay, first up here, the Disc of Returning will be available in the store again. It'll be in Django's shop roughly around GE price. Now, there's been a bit of discussion about the Phoenix Pet Recolor. There's no clear answer on when it's going to be coming out, but there does seem to be an interest from the moderator team as well as the community. When the hit splat recolors are released, can a player's max hit appear in gold? Unfortunately, that's an entirely separate, large project, so we won't be including it with the new update. Ash did, however, make the code so it can be modified down the track to include things like this. Is it possible to implement a board where clans can advertise? We'd like to look at things like this once the clan update happens, but unfortunately we can't offer this yet. Can the POH combat dummy also act as a draconic creature to test Dragonbane weapons? This could involve using a Vorkath head on it. They said they actually really like that idea. Would you consider repolling large spellbook icons? We could, but there doesn't seem to be a huge push for it right now. We could maybe include it in a near miss poll later in the year. Can you add a right-click last destination to spirit trees? Sounds reasonable to us, but we could be running out of options on the farming patch trees. Could the Wyvern shield charge in the same way as Dragonfire shields do? Currently it costs over 500k for a full charge. We don't really feel strongly either way, but it could leave Numelites with no real use after. Could Turiel's dialogue be shortened via NPC contact? Yes, this could be streamlined to be more like Duriel. Could the map remember your zoom in and zoom out distances between being opened and closed? Yes, we could, and that may be able to be built into our new player experience changes. What are your guys' thoughts on reducing points awarded for RNG based tasks in the next league? Yes, we want to do that, and we want to put more focus on tasks that require skill or are challenge based rather than long and repetitive grinds. Could the Slayer partner system be reworked? Currently it doesn't do much. The reason it doesn't do much is because when we pitched it, players were worried about it changing the Slayer meta, so it's pretty vanilla for now. If players are up for it doing slightly more, then it should be fine. Thank you for the update on hit splats. Could we get an update on Ian's other project, resizable interfaces? Unfortunately, that project didn't get to a stage where we could complete it. The resizing algorithm is nice, but Atlas concluded that it wouldn't be viable to build into the game. Anti-aliasing is in the same spot as resizable interfaces too. There was a nice prototype, but unfortunately not usable. Could it be possible to bind the map to a key? There was a similar engine feature that was used for something like that not too long ago. We may be able to do this, but they're not exactly sure. Could the collection log carry over league to league? They're not quite sure, but it'd be nice to make your league account feel more personal in the same way that pets carry over. And finally, what are your thoughts on a team-based Gauntlet? It would be very close to dungeoneering. During the design process, we did discuss whether it should be a solo or a team. The team option would mean a lot more work and rebalancing. Maybe using the same mechanics elsewhere could be a better fit as a team activity rather than the Gauntlet. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you took the time to leave the video a like, and I will see you next time.